Folks, I'm going to tell you 5 quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number 1, they're New Zealand FMA regulated? Number 2, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number 3, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including Forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more? And number 4, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number 5, if you open up an account today and trade 1 lot a month, they're going to give you TradingView Pro for free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets.
Hello. Good afternoon. How is everyone doing for this lovely Monday afternoon? It's an afternoon on my side. Don't know where everyone's from though. Probably morning, evening, etc. Where's everyone from, by the way? Just gonna give it a few minutes for the members to join, and then I'll get started with today's technicals. Mr. Chandra, how can I start? And what do you mean by how can you start? Can you please elaborate? Let me just add my screen to the charts. There we go. Fantastic. All right, brilliant. Let me just make this a little bit smaller. And yeah, we're good to go. Cape Town, lovely. There's actually quite a lot of traders from Cape Town over here at CTI. Amazing. What strategy do you trade, OG Gamer? Crypto's Arena, greetings from Tanzania. Lovely. Okay, fantastic. We've got everyone from all over the world. Fantastic. So for today, don't really have much to cover. Whoa, look at this. Oh, god damn. Look at this. Come on, guys. This just happened right now. This literally must have happened right now. There must be some news. Oh, wow. Well, now you know why I took profit in dollar yen, right? It was at a point of interest and we need to take profit. Chandra, how can I start, brother? What do you mean by how can you start? I'm a little bit confused. What do you mean trading in general? Which app is this? Oh, this is TradingView. So just Google TradingView. But yeah, okay, look, we've got some decent profit taking on dollar yen. This is happening right now. The US session is basically just active. Good thing I banked profit on dollar yen, which I covered last week prior to NFP. So I definitely would recommend watching last week's live stream where I covered my bullish forecast on dollar yen, dollar CAD, etc. And this was actually the setup prior to NFP, and I've actually banked profit, which is fantastic. I didn't really cover the entry in detail. I've done that with my private members at City Traders Imperium, the bank level trading accelerated group. Covered the entry, got triggered in. NFP was literally at what time was it? 1:30. So let's go to 1:30, which was approximately here. 1:30, and go to the M15. And 1:30 was literally all of this, look. So the news came out. I already banked profit at this time last week. I was literally at 4R. I banked 4R. So you know when you see me with these crazy riskable trades, it does not mean that I'm actually holding that, right? I'll be honest with you. I know you might get other traders saying, yeah, I'm holding 15, 20R without banking profit. Quite hard to believe. I don't really know anyone that actually does that. But me personally, realistically, I like to bank quite aggressively at TP1, especially if there's news like NFP. I do want to be banking, right? Because I did have a scenario where this is a bit of a range over here, and price action could have easily done this. It could have easily spiked me out. Wait. Prior to NFP comes out, spikes me out, and then goes long, right? So why am I going to hold a trade? So I decided to just have a pretty conservative TP. I came out at 4R. That was a pretty decent trade, but I banked 80% of the position, not the full amount. So I kept 20% running in the event that it goes to my TP, which was up here, right? And since then, price actually ended up climbing after NFP. I was expecting a bullish scenario. And then Monday around these times, literally just a couple of hours ago, around 11, I ended up taking manual profits at 12.72R. So I decided to come out at 12.72R, even though I had my stop loss here. But the reason I decided to come out was not only because we done the equal highs liquidity pool, which is approximately anywhere within this area, the way I do my liquidity pools, which is very different to a lot of other SMC traders, right? It basically triggered that point of interest. Why? So it did go to my point of interest. So I decided to come out around these areas, and plus it was just sort of, you know, there's compression here. There's a bit of a pattern here. Everything's screaming for a short. There's going to be profit taken, right? All these equal lows here as well that you can see here. Hold on. These equal lows with my stop loss there, it was kind of screaming it's going to take me out, right? I was actually saying, yeah, it's going to take you out, Diego. So why am I going to hold a trade, even though my TP was up here, right? So I thought, you know what, let me come out 12.72R, happy with that. But that 12.27R is only 20% of the remaining position I had running from the beginning, which is still pretty decent. It's the equivalent of like a full 2, around, just over 2R. That's the equivalent. So in total, yeah, I banked around just over 6R, right? Remember, I banked 80% at 4R, and the remaining 12.72, that little 20% running, in total, it was around 6-7R in total, because I did bank quite a lot earlier. So pretty happy with that. Got a buffer. But now, price action is dropping as expected, right? So it's definitely going to wipe out. Oh, it would have taken me out anyway. So happy with this win. Got a nice buffer to play with for the week. It's a little one. And now I'm expecting something new. So what am I expecting? Well, it's profit taking, as you know. If we were to update with the patterns, we can see that price action is still within this larger wedge, right? But because of the momentum, right, wouldn't be surprised if this comes all the way down, takes out this low, grabs the liquidity below these equal lows, and then goes long, right? Because it is Monday, they might just form a new pattern. So it's still quite early. So I'm going to let price action develop. Don't need to be trading, don't need to force anything. So yeah, just going to have to wait. That momentum does not look too appealing, to be fair. So that's dollar yen. It's not looking too clean. If you go back to dollar, right, what are we expecting on the dollar? Let's find out. What have you guys got for the dollar? You guys bullish or bearish? Bearing in mind, I mean, this is quite look at that break of structure. It does look like a massive break of structure. Yeah, look, break of structure, and it's just retesting this point of interest, potentially going to make a new low, right? That's a potential, but I'm still quite open to the fact that it could still just drop a little bit, grab liquidity here since it's unfilled, and then continue on an uptrend, right? What's everyone's bias for today in dollar or for the week? I'm going to cover everything in more detail, but I'd just like to see what's everyone's sort of game plan as well. And for Chandra, let me put so TradingView is the app. That's the app if you want to get started. And also, if you enjoy these live streams, I do also do 2 live streams a week at the City Traders Imperium community. So here you go. I'm going to post a link to the community, to the Discord, so make sure to join. For anyone interested in joining the City Traders Imperium community, where there's multiple live streams, other strategies, and some decent funding options. In the meantime, has anyone got any questions before I go over to the next pair? You guys are a bit quiet today. Come on. Come on, don't be shy. Okay, fine. In the meantime, let me see what I'm expecting. So what do we have for the dollar? Dollar. It really does look like a lower high, right? So this has potential to really drop. So yeah, potential lower high. I'm still in two scenarios because it has broken structure to the downside. Yeah, this is most likely going to drop and come to take out these equal lows. The other scenario is it drops, grabs some liquidity on the lower time frames, and then rallies, does a stop on of this high, grabs liquidity up here somewhere, and then it drops. But the narrative for the week is I'll still bearish, to be fair. Or it might be up here, and the next week when the CPI, it might just plummet, right? So I'm definitely watching out for these equal lows sometime for next week during CPI. So hi Minha. So this is the first time watching. I don't know what you do in the stream. Do you give setups? I give my forecast for the day and for the week. And depending if there's a setup, I will also give my setup. I will trade live. So that's normally what I do for the live streams. And I also answer any questions. If you have any doubts regarding your trading or regarding something you're struggling with, or if you want to see some examples, then I can help you out in the live stream. Like for example, this dollar yen trade that we have here, this was covered. Where is it now? Yeah, this dollar yen trend, wherever it is, this was covered in one of the live streams, right, during last week. So obviously, if you attended the live stream, you would have been able to identify my entry, and you would have also managed to capitalize on this trade. So if you're doing a fund challenge, or if you're trading live, you can use these live streams as, a confluence to your trading. So it's not only educational, but you can also make money if you know how to apply your own technicals and your own risk reward. If you're a complete beginner, I would not recommend it. I would not recommend it at all, because I do take losses. So if I take a loss, if you don't have the experience, you might be risking 10% or something crazy, which somebody has done in the past. That's why I always mention this guy. He risked 10%, he lost 10%, and he started complaining, right? Which is silly, right? You should really be risking the lowest amount, 0.1% to like 0.5% of your capital at least, right? But you're risking 10%, you're gambling, and you're quite new to trading. So you can use these live streams to basically help with your trading, educational purposes, and forecast and confluences for your actual trades. Yes, Lawrence, a veteran in the BOT game. Fantastic. Glad you can make it, mate. And I'm doing very, very well. Very, very well. I was just covering dollar yen. That was a good trade that I'm happy with. And this was pre-NFP. So I'm looking forward to the CPI setup. I'm not sure where CPI is going to be. I mean, based off this momentum, it's not looking clean. I mean, the likelihood of price coming here to grab liquidity and then go long is looking a little bit unlikely now. So I may just be planning for a plan B. I mean, if we do have this as a potential setup, there we go. And look, these equal lows that I've had there, and I've had them since last week, look, it's coming into fruition. So good thing I'm out. So my next plan would be, a trade potentially here somewhere. It's potentially here somewhere for the long. So this would be my next potential scenario. Based on the momentum, right? So watch out for dollar yen long soon. Yeah, it was a really good a good entry. It was also right shoulder, so you can go and check it out. Currently watching SPX for a short. Interesting. Let's look at SPX real quick. Okay, is that the point of interest? Nice. Okay, fine, cool. Yeah, it's definitely ready for a short. Yeah, look, is that a nice point of interest for sure? Yeah, decent trade. That's going to be a nice little short soon. Short term, what position strategy do you use if you don't mind sharing? This one is it's quite difficult to quantify that answer, if I'm honest, because everyone's going to have different results, different data, and a different win rate. So you need to sort of you need to know your numbers before you can apply what sort of risk you should be doing. But just to give you an example, I've got an account where I only risk 0.1%. I've got another account that, it gets triggered and the risk is automatically applied into 0.25%. And there's other accounts that's 0.5%, but I won't go any higher than 0.5% or any lower than 0.1%. So it depends on what account you're trading, for what purposes. Is it personal? Is it investor? Is it a prop firm? Is it a challenge? Is it a funded account? This is something that you need to do your own due diligence. I can't really give you an answer on that one. So if, for example, you've got if you've got like a 20% win rate, for whatever reason, you've got 20% win rate and your average risk reward is a 1 to 3, okay, I think you can be profitable, but you need to know your numbers. You do need to know your numbers. In fact, how about I changed my mind. I was going to send a link to something else. Yeah, you need to know your numbers. If you've got a really high win rate, and if you know how often a losing streak comes, and if you know how long your losing streak is, whether it's normally 3 trades in a row or it's 7 trades in a row, if you know your risk reward, if you know how many trades you might lose in a row. So if you lose 5 trades in a row and you're risking 0.2%, and you've lost 5 trades, you've lost 1% of your account. But if a winner comes and you normally hit 4R, right, then you've made what? 0.2 times 4 is 0.8. So you're still going to be down only 0.2%. But if you take it on a scale of 20 trades, then it's gonna obviously be different. So you need to know. You need to know your numbers short term. I can't quantify the answer because everyone is different. Lyrics provider. Any thoughts on ICT mentors? Yeah, I mean, I think they're great. You kind of need to know if you want to take an ICT mentor course, then obviously do your due diligence. See if they've got, join their community and whatnot, attend their live streams or see what they're all about. But just because they're ICT mentors, it doesn't mean you shouldn't go to them, for sure. They might have their own edge. They may have studied ICT and they might use something else and it really works for them. So, you need to do your due diligence. I got nothing against them, nothing wrong with them. Pretty sure there's a lot of profitable ones. So yeah, so just to sort of bear that in mind. It's a bit like, if somebody, if Tesla comes out and it's sort of changing the game, there's going to be other companies that are not going to completely 100% copy Tesla. They'll make their own version of it and they might make improvements or they'll tweaks here and there. So you kind of need to know your due diligence, right? And also, most often than not, a lot of ICT traders, they do what they should be doing, which is they pick something that works with an ICT and they make it their own and they simplify it into a strategy, right? ICT in itself, it's really, really complex and there's a lot to do. Like, for example, an ICT concept that I use is an imbalance, right? That one I took it from Rodrigo. And Rodrigo, he done the mentorship in YouTube back in the day. And I like the imbalance, and I started using it myself, and I still use it to this day. But does that mean I'm an ICT trader? No, I've taken the concept from it. I've added it into what I trade, which is Elliott waves and patterns, and updating patterns in real time, and I made it my own. So you kind of need to know. It's fine. It's fine. ICT mentors are completely fine. Put that way. That's my review on them. Cool. Keep them coming, guys. Any other questions? I'll happily answer them. In the meantime, for Lawrence, yeah, this looks good. S&P is definitely at a point of interest now, and it's slowing down. So I think it's going to be a really good short coming up. And if we were to sort of separate the pattern, has potential to be a second tap of a really gigantic move to the downside, right? I do have this point of interest. I can't remember where it's from. It must be the imbalance and yeah, just a liquidity pool. So yeah, nice little point of interest. So S&P is looking pretty decent. Dollar's slowing down. You know, I was anticipating price action to rally to the upside. As you can see, this was my game plan. Look, you know, this is NFP. I was expecting a bullish move to the upside. Pre-NFP, and we did get a bullish move to the upside, right? If we were to sort of just do this was my game plan. If you watched the live stream last week, I covered it live before NFP in real time, and it did go long as expected, right? But now it's a new week, it's a new day, and there's new price action. And based on the current price action, we are in the middle of no man's land, right? So yes, I'm expecting this, but because there has been a break of structure, bearish momentum, break of structure, break and retest, we are now in the middle of no man's land. We're in bearish territory to go short because of the break of structure, but we are also within this bullish channel, right? So if anything, I'm kind of 50-50. I mean, this could still go long. So this is the time where you should not be trading. That's my advice. So I'm still going to wait. You know, I'm going to protect my buffer that I've got from dollar yen, which I'm still, I mean, this trade is done now anyway. I'm going to refer to it throughout the week because I'm very proud of it. So yes, I can show off because I can. I waited for this trade for a long time when it came. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. But it's a new day, new price action. And now I'm bearish. Although I was very bullish on dollar yen, I am now, it looks quite bearish to me. So if it continues to drop, definitely I'll be expecting a drop to the downside to complete this potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and potentially 5. So new price action. I was bullish before, but now I'm bullish again, but I need to wait for a further bearish decline, right? But at the same time, I say that, and guess what? We are actually, this also has potential to, guess what? Potentially drop down here. So, you know, we kind of have to wait. That's why next week CPI is going to be really interesting. Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD. In the middle of no man's land. The only thing with dollar CAD is there is a lot of unfilled liquidity. There's no traffic here to the left. So if we do get a nice bullish candle here, right, at the moment it's stalling, but if a nice strong bullish candle closes here, there's a high probability it's going to come and retest this bank block, at least, at the bare minimum. But dollar CAD is just, it doesn't have enough confluence for me. Lyrics provider, how do we make a sophisticated algorithm based on ICT so that I make money while I sleep? Firstly, do you know how to build an algorithm? This is question number one. Yeah, that'll be my first sort of question. And also, number two, we do offer a smart money concept indicator. We've got some free ones as well, so you can sort of play around with this. I'm gonna send it here. There we go. So check this out, and you can also build your own strategy here. So depending on your data, you can actually build your own strategy and use this platform, CTI Quant, to help you build it. Right, so I've posted it there. There's 3 indicators, ICT indicators, which was developed by Martin, and also, yeah, we can help you build a strategy, right? Or use some of the SMC indicators. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And in terms of your actual question, how do you make a sophisticated algorithm based on ICT? Well, you need to know your numbers. You need to have data. That's number one. And just know data and find a niche. Find a niche. That's what you need to do. You need to find a niche and make a very simple version, because I don't believe you can make an indicator and it's all 100% ICT, because that's a very, very complex strategy. It's going to be very hard for it to work. But if you just get 1 or 2 tweaks from it, make it your own, I'm pretty sure it can be very, very effective. So I posted, there we go, right here. So check that out. Okay, next on the list, let's look at Euro from the get-go. What do we have this? What does this look to you guys? Is this bullish or bearish? And why? Tell me why this is bullish or bearish, guys. In the meantime, is there any traders here that are interested in joining the BLT community and getting started on the BLT journey? So this strategy that I'm showing you guys, is anyone interested in it? If you are, posting a link to a webinar. There's going to be a special discount. So definitely book your spaces if you are interested in it, right? So there's going to be a special discount. So there's always somebody in the comment box saying, oh, is there a discount? Or, you know, can we get a discount? Blah, blah, blah. There is going to be a discount this day. So definitely attend, and you would not regret it. You're not going to regret it, because there is a lot of successful traders now that are getting funded using a strategy, right? So here you go. Unfortunately, there isn't much in-depth content on dynamic position sizing. Fair enough. Yeah, like I said, it's all going to be quite personal. So it's quite hard to quantify that answer. There was actually a member that posted something interesting on position size, and let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Who was it? I believe it was 40. I'm not sure if 40 is watching this right now, but it'll be, if you can tag me or post. There's a link that you posted for the regarding position sizing and trading your drawdown in a way, which is quite interesting. I haven't looked into it, but this might help Mr. Shorten out. Yeah, I can't really find it anymore. Nah, don't know where it is. But yeah, I'm not sure if Fool is watching it, but I'll appreciate it if you could post that link again or tag me in it. But yeah, no, it's gone. Okay, Euro USD. What is happening with the Euro? I'm not going. Let me go to my actual charts. Let's see. Okay, so definitely it's not that clean, to be fair. Mr. Vitor, short-term bullish and long-term bearish. So currently bullish until another market shift. Yeah, this makes sense. I agree, actually. Short-term bullish and then potentially bearish, but again, it's in the middle of no man's land. right? It's literally based on the current price action. Looks like it's going to retest some liquidity and then drop again. But at the same time, it could be the start of this bottom here to go long. So it's Monday. It's not always going to show the clearest sort of price action. So kind of just have to wait on that one. This is why you should definitely make sure to attend a Discord live stream, which I'll be covering in the City Traders Imperium community. It will be a midweek market review. So there'll be clearer data and more clearer biases. Right, Mondays are a little bit, yeah, it's normally 50-50 for me on Monday. But judging by this current pattern, if we do go long, this would be an ideal place for a short, to be fair. And if we do sort of get rally to the upside, grab some liquidity down here and then drop down here. Most likely to wipe out all these equal lows, go to one of these liquidity pools and then go long. This will be my sort of game plan for Euro, which does look quite interesting. But yeah, potential bullish, bullish price action. Bullish price action in terms of an actual setup. Okay, we've got some confirmation. Yeah, look, nice breaker structure. Don't think we're going to catch a trade today because it just formed a high. So I will be looking at a point of interest around here for a potential long. And it does look like we have completed this little boomerang here. Yeah, there we go. We've got a nice little boomerang, break, retest, continuation. So drop here and a rally is what I'll be expecting. And where would I be expecting this? Very conservative sort of TP1 would be this bank level right here. So if there is a potential entry, which I'll happily take if it comes probably tomorrow morning. I'm not sure if I'll be able to catch a trade today. Actually, maybe we might. Yeah, no, this is the M5. Yeah, we may catch a long here somewhere. So yeah, this would be a nice little trade. If you wait for the right signals with like a 5-pip stop loss, wherever that could potentially be. Yeah, nice little, even 6 pips to be extra conservative. That would be a nice little 7-hour trade. So, pending on the price action, this could be a nice little setup for a long. I'll go into more detail with the setups with the actual community, but yeah, I'm going to leave that here. So yeah, potential long is lining up, but it's a low probability long. That's the thing. It's low probability. It's not really my favorite kind of trades. But yeah, this has potential to really climb up here, to be fair. That means dollar weakness. And it will actually make sense because look, if this is actually bearish, whoops. Could be the start of a new sort of leg. Here we go. That potential to be a nice little bearish setup for tomorrow, London. Maybe today. There we go. Nice little bearish setup. You see how I just separated and updated the patterns? That's something that we do with the BOT. So with these points of interest that we've got here, we are now going to delete them because they're inside of the pattern. If price action comes here, these points of interest are inside of the pattern. So we delete all of these, order blocks or whatever you want to call them, points of interest, SMC points of interest. We delete them and we focus on the ones outside of the pattern. So we've just basically just saved your ass by using these patterns, right? So potentially bearish, and yeah, wouldn't be surprised if it goes bullish. I'm 50-50, right? This is what I'm actually expecting. One of the two, but I don't see any clear setups. If I'm honest, there's nothing That's screaming at me. When you've got two different setups, such as, you know, this, right? A drop to down here, or a rally to up here, we've got two setups. We've got a bullish setup and I can't even spell, and we've got a bearish setup, right? That means it's 50-50. So it's going to reduce the probability. You don't want to have too many scenarios. Dollar yen, for example, I keep referring to it because it was a really good trade. It actually had, if I delete this and just hide it, at the time, it had two bullish setups. We've got this trend line tap and this compression with some confluences here. There was 3 bullish confluences. Nothing there was telling me it was bearish. These are the kind of trades you want to take, where everything's pointing in one direction. When everything's pointing in one direction and another direction, those are the ones that are medium/low probability. So you need to know what trades are low, what trades are high probability. It's really, really important. So at the moment, Euro USD, for me personally, it's actually a bit of a medium probability trade, to be fair. It's a nice potential trade coming up because it's coming from this point of interest, likely going to come up here, and it's also coming from this point of interest. So it's quite looking like a decent trade. I'm a prop trader. How much do you manage? I manage $100. That's how much I manage. $100 in a prop firm. Okay. So yeah, Euro looks quite decent, to be fair. Oh, there we go. Look, what's this? Aussie potential long. And yes, prop trader and also investor capital. There we go. Boom. Okay, this looks quite bullish, to be fair. I mean, if this were to drop, this would be a nice little trade down here. So, okay, so yeah, that's my bias today, to be fair. I'm bearish on the dollar. It's looking quite clean, meaning we may have a very, very little decent trade coming up. So yeah, bearish on the dollar. This is already confirmed. Bearish on the dollar. We've got this bearish flag, as you can see. Yeah, bearish on the dollar. There we go. Obvious. And this is going along. Yep, as expected. There we go. Yeah, bearish on the dollar. Brilliant. Cool. Any other markets you guys might like me to cover real quick before we wrap things up, or any questions? Now is a very, very good time. In the meantime, there's not much. Yeah, that's it. I'm done, guys. I mean, unless you guys have a question or a market you'd like me to cover, then we can wrap things up because I've already done my analysis. You know, there's no point in trying to sort of force a setup. To be fair, but this is looking interesting though for NAS. Right now, sort of trade. Delete this. Separate this pattern and also separate this trend line wherever it's at. There we go. So there's a reference. And we've kind of got this pattern now. There we go. Vito US 30, if you don't mind, I tell you about buy side liquidity. US 30, buy side liquidity. Oh la la, look at this. Well, this is my forecast for NFP, and it's happening now, but it kind of went really, really high. So, okay, cool. Yeah, it's definitely taken out buy side liquidity, as you can see over here, look. So yeah, I agree. It does actually look like shorts for now. This would be a nice sort of conservative target. In terms of what the bigger time frame is portraying, it's still quite early, although it has reversed from this daily boomerang. So for me personally, it's just pulling back to go long. Yeah, pulling back to go long. This is probably going to get smashed, and these would be good little targets to be looking at, to be fair. And I believe the sell has already been triggered. Look, yeah, it's already been triggered. If you were to go on M1, see where that's reversed from. There we go. See that bank level right here? Unfilled liquidity. Everything else was filled. Where else is it going to go? Well, up here. So grab liquidity. Yeah, quite simple. So the short is done now. This is really where you should be catching a trade. This is a typical BOT trade, right? But was there an entry? I can't really see a pattern, so I may have to take that one back. So yeah, no, I wouldn't have taken this trade. But this is the thing with indices, it's a little bit different than FX. With indices, you don't necessarily need patterns as much. You can literally just trade bank levels and equal highs in liquidity pools. Right? With FX, you definitely need patterns. So this would have been a nice little trade, which you should have banked. I mean, look at that. Look at the accuracy. Look, ping pong and ping pong. Look at this clear bank level. So technically, should be in this trade. Stop losses either below the previous high up here, or to be extra conservative up here somewhere. And then you should be out. And if you're aggressive above this high, nice little 10-hour trade, in and out, call it a day, right? Now, where is it likely going to go to next? Well, the next sort of bang level will be down here for a potential long. And in terms of a short, since everything's been filled, would be here. So it's going to continue. This would potentially be the next trade. Stop loss above here, and then TP over here, or vice versa. Entry here, stop loss below some structure, and a TP up here. But it's looking like it's going to grab the short first. But that's done anyway. There's a lot of momentum, to be fair. All good. Now something to. So Haib Minhas, do you trade price action or others also? Price action, I do trade. Well, depends what you mean by price action. So price action in terms of patterns, yeah, but price action in terms of candlesticks, no. Unlucky, Vitu, unlucky. At least you had the same bias, you know. At least you planned it, it just never came. But at least you're looking at the right thing. That's what counts. So yeah, the short is done, right? So all the information that we just covered here, we need to kind of cover it again approximately here, or yeah, it's not that clean. I mean, yeah, potentially here somewhere, and then potentially the bank level / liquidity pool down here, because if we do have equal lows here, then this would be a nice little liquidity pool. So I personally wouldn't be looking at longs until price action is basically, yeah, probably down here somewhere or down here. But if this comes all the way down, that means this bullish pattern is done, and we have to be looking at something else. So on that note, it's not that clean. It's not that clear, to be fair. So I think if I'm going to take a trade here, look for a pattern or something, and then a rally, and most likely grab the liquidity here, and then short again. So that would be a nice little target. Couldn't agree more. Sometimes it's good to stay away from the markets than stay in it, you know? And so yeah, but I'm definitely bullish on US 30. Nasdaq still bullish short term. S&P coming up for a short, but they're not co-aligning together. They're not coinciding together. So a bit lagging kind of. And that's it. Okay, cool. Okay, amazing. Cool. All right, let's wrap things up because I'm more or less done. I'm going to post a link to the webinar on Saturday for a special BLT discount. Yes, you're going to hear me repeat this for the next few days. I haven't really been actively promoting it for the last few weeks or months, but obviously since it's coming out this Saturday, so I am going to promote it heavily. So yeah, if I'm annoying, I'm sorry, but here you go. Here is the link. Boom. And I'm doing you guys a favor. You guys are getting a discount for a very powerful, powerful strategy. Literally really powerful. So powerful. You know what? How about I'll share the Discord screen, and you guys can see what kind of results you can expect from bank level trading. So how about I stop sharing and share my Discord screen real quick. There we go. This is one of the BOT Accelerate traders. He got funded live, just over 300K, which is pretty decent. We've got this trader here, Ben. He's been smashing it, hitting some crazy risk reward like 1816R. Myself in this trade, I can't remember what traders was. This was dollar CAD. What happened here? Nice little 12-hour trade. These are the kind of risk rewards that you can expect with the BOT or BOT accelerated. Around 5, 6, 7 hour, every now and again 10, 12 hour, like the 12 that I caught recently on dollar yen. Here again, another trader hitting 15R and 18R, which is pretty decent. And yeah, I mean, there's a couple here, and we've got this trader here hitting, what was it? Look at the sniper entry and the partial exit at TP1 and the other exit at TP2. Very mechanical rules. And this was a nice little 5R on dollar yen. Pretty decent. We've got this trader here. He's very new to BOT, right? The BOT course. He'd literally done it in 1 month, as you can see here. After a month, he hit his first 6.7R live trade. And there you go. Let me open the screen. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. No, perhaps you probably can't. But anyway, yeah, so that's another. You guys can see that. Whoops, daisy. Where are we at? And that's about it. And then my recent win on dollar yen. So yeah, traders are smashing it, but you need to put the work in. It's not easy, that's for sure. And you're not going to get guaranteed results like this. You're probably going to struggle in the beginning, but if you follow the right guidance, if you follow the rules and you engage in the free community, then you will see some results, just like any other thing. All right, cool. Let me stop sharing, go back to my screen. Go back to gold, and that's about it. And if you're not part of the CTI community, then I'm going to post a link one more time, and you guys can join. Now where we are, there we go. Invite people, paste, and voila. So this is the link if you want to join the community. So I'll be covering some more live streams later today and on Wednesday. Okay, on that note, we'll call it a day, and I'll see you guys on Discord, everyone. Have a good day, trade safe, and yeah, see you next week on Trade Night, everyone. Bye-bye.